friends, how's it going? This is Joy from NX Joy. Today we're going to be talking about timelines and which timeline you're currently on. So the main question that we have today are, what timeline are you on? And we have 4 piles to choose from. We have pile 1, which is the Rhodonites. Pile 2, which is the Jet. Pile 3, which is the Tibetan Black Quartz. And pile 4, which is the Apophyllite. Timeline theory suggests that our choices determine our direction in time. I'm just gonna grab my notes here, sorry. We exist on multiple timelines, and what we decide closes or opens other possible directions in life. So basically kind of think of like when you start off life, you have all these different like streams of ways of going about life, and every action and choice you have determines what stream you're going into, and it's kind of a multiple infinite possibility kind of way. So never fret if you feel like you made the wrong choice, because you haven't. You've always made the right choice. There's something called Murphy's Law, and Murphy's Law basically states where like you're always going to be at this right place at the right time, and there's no real coincidences. Things happen for a reason. So with that said, let's start with your piles, and I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. How's it going? So if you chose the Rhodonites, this is your pile. So today, I don't think I said this in the intro, but so let me say it now. Today we're looking at the question, what timeline are you on? And we have 4 other questions that I'm going to be looking at for you. 1, what is the main areas of focus that you have this timeline? 2, why are you on this timeline? 3, how long before the next timeline shift if you choose to shift timelines? 4, potential outcomes of this timeline. So shifting timelines is just making decisions that are a bit different than what you would normally make. So we're just gonna get into it, and we're gonna see first what your crystal is all about. So you guys chose the Rhodonite pile, and Rhodonite is basically a Greek word for rosy, because of its color, because of its beautiful rosy color. And it is for people who are potential wasters, those deeply sighing, I hate my job types. Or in this card, it says Sagittarians. Where do you put it? Put it against your open heart, begging the universe to tell you what WTF you should be doing with your life. And then when to use it, you use it when that cubicle life has got you down. When it's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and start doing something that really lights you up. When you're ready to use your real unique powers to actually make this rapidly shining planet a more beautiful place. And the mantra for this pile is, go with your heart. So we're gonna channel some messages for you guys. We're gonna start with the life purpose deck, and we will see where you guys are today. I feel like this pile is kind of like in the matrix still, kind of, like, in terms of you guys still have like a job that pays the bills. It's more on the material level, and it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing, you know? It pays the bills, it gets the job done, but it's not something you actually like you're really resonating with, you know? I think the job that you currently have might be just something a bit more surface level to you, because I keep getting shown my friend who works at Sephora, and she's lovely and she's so wonderful, but she also has a side job where she does something a bit more spiritual. And I think it's interesting because I don't think we always have one job and we're just going to stick to it the rest of our lives. But I definitely do think there are parts of ourselves that do focus on the material aspects because that's what's needed. You know, we have to survive somehow, and it's nice to have something stable, you know? Yeah. So on this timeline, I'm feeling that you guys are a lot more stable in your career path, but that it's not a career path that you want to have for the rest of your life kind of deal. You know? Anyways, all right. Divine Source, please tap me into pile 1 and the question, what the main area of focus they're at on this timeline. Oh, yeah. All right, so pile 1. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. I wasn't expecting to get 3 cards, but here we are. So you have let go, speaker, and nutrition. Let me just move this up here. So the main areas of focus that you are on this timeline, right now it seems like you guys are letting go. Oh, maybe, oh yeah, okay. I got a little bug here, so on the nutrition card, so I feel like that's more of the focus right now. I find that the main area of focus that I got for you guys is nutrition, whether that be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. By physical, obviously, it's about food and exercise and taking care of the physical vessels. So right now on this timeline, it seems like you may be dealing with more health related aspects. Could be Virgo. You could have a lot of 6th house placements because both of those deal with a lot of nutrition aspects. Because there's so much food, you guys might be really looking at your dietary habits and really incorporating things that you really enjoy that are really good for you. And you may be experimenting with foods that really attune your body for what you need, you know? You might need to be looking at your nutrition a bit, and whenever I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a health specialist, so like again, take this with like with whatever resonates. And again, you are the master of your own life, so you have choice and freedom. I'm just here to say that you might be needing to incorporate a bit more foods that digest well with you. I keep getting down to this salad bowl, so you might need to incorporate veggies that you really like into your diet. I'm not necessarily vouching for salads, but like something like any kind of foods that really resonate with you and really make you feel good and that you actually enjoy eating. So take whatever vegetables are your favorite vegetables and kind of just slip that in there. Like if you're having a pizza, maybe just slip in a side of broccoli or a side of beets or a side of corn or something that you just enjoy that's a bit more nutritious. And it's baby steps, right? Like it's really anything that makes you feel good and balances your diet, because I'm also being drawn to the cheese and the bread platter. So it's not really about just vegetables. It could even be about incorporating just more foods into your diet. Because I know there's a whole phenomenon that's come back where a lot of women identified people feel the need to become smaller and skinnier. And there's this whole trend going around of, like, especially amongst models, where they're eating white top, which is just egg whites in the morning, and then a halo top at night. And that's not enough nutrition to sustain someone in a day. The models that know the industry know that that's not a good thing for your body. And being in an industry that is very physical and beauty oriented and more surface level oriented can put a lot of pressure on something like the body, which naturally fluctuates a lot. So just being balanced with your nutrition and just incorporating either more veggies or more dairy or more grains or more protein, like it's whatever you feel like your body needs right now. That's really gonna help boost your self-love. It's really gonna make you feel better about yourself, and it's really gonna connect you back to yourself again. Not only yourself, but connect you back to your surroundings again, and have your focus not just be on your physical self, but the entirety of yourself. And if this message isn't resonating in terms of nutrition, it could be something like a mental nutrition. So making sure what you put into your day mentally is something that you really enjoy. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Lexi the Leo, and she had this wonderful video on spirit messages, and I got the message of to detox my mental input and stop doom scrolling basically throughout the day. And it was a really gentle message, and I think I'm supposed to pass that message on to you guys as well. Yeah, so if the food thing isn't resonating, it could be just spending less time online, spending less time on social media, maybe picking up things that your inner child would really enjoy. For example, I've been watching SpongeBob again, because SpongeBob used to be my favorite childhood TV show when I was growing up, and it's really soothed my soul in terms of having content to watch and feeling secure in myself without having the need to doom scroll for like hours on end. Yeah. I have to remind you guys, and I'm getting the clear message that you guys are really extraordinary people. I'm getting the images of the unicorn horn and the angel wings really prominent right now. So I have to remind you guys are earth angels, and earth angels are here to make the whole planet a more beautiful place, to bring heaven on earth, and to basically remind people that it's okay to be themselves, and it's okay to love the things that people love, and sometimes that's really hard. So you guys may be feeling like a bit alienated from other people, especially maybe in your workplace or maybe at home or just wherever you frequent. You might be feeling a bit more alienated, but I'm here to remind you that the alienation isn't a bad thing. It's more of you recognize the fact that you have a different mentality than what you see out in the world, and incorporating more unconditional love towards yourself is what will really help you tap in to yourself again. Yeah. I'm also drinking some water, so maybe this might be a reminder for you to have a nice water break, drink some good old H2O. So on this timeline, you're also focusing on letting go and really honing in on unconditional love. So meaning that you love all parts of yourself. I know I call you earth angels, but earth angels is also another word for demons, if you think about it, because demons are fallen angels. And I really hope that doesn't offend anyone, because it's not supposed to. I'm here to remind people that demons aren't a bad thing. Demons are here to help understand the parts of us that we're not really ready to look at sometimes, or are in need of attention. Actually, it's more of in need of attention. It's things that help you grow. That's what demons are here for. And it's not about fighting demons, but really getting to know what that side of you is, and really understanding, can you love yourself even with the more darker sides to yourself? And darker doesn't mean I'm not trying to make it a morality thing when I say darker. Darker meaning the things that, again, are more unknown, unclear. Excuse me, confirmation. That's confirmation. Whenever I burp, it's always confirmation, that's the message. But yeah, things that are a little bit more divine. So when I say the demon parts of yourself, it could be things equating physical beauty and physicality to your self-worth. That is something I've had to experience, and I've had to kind of look at myself in the mirror and be even if I feel like I'm ugly, I still love myself, and I'm still happy with myself, no matter what anyone else thinks, no matter what society thinks, no matter how I feel like I'm being perceived. I still love myself regardless. I've been having a lot of intrusive thoughts whenever I look in the mirror, and this is because of the patriarchal society we live in, and the fact that women are frequently equated to how they look in their beauty and beauty standards. So it's no one's fault. There's no blame. Please let go. Funny. Please let go of the need to feel like you have to look a certain way to feel loved, because you don't. You really don't. There's this amazing Roald Dahl book, and in that, I forget what the book is, but basically it has two photos. It has one person who's really upset about themselves and angry with themselves, and they just look like they're having a bad time. And then there's another person who's just happy and jolly, and you can really see the unconditional love that shines from that person. And the quote that goes with this photo is, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you have as long as you love yourself, that part of you will always shine, regardless of what you look like. Yeah. And I think it's a really empowering statement, because we're always taught that we can love ourselves in a certain way. If I look this way, then I love myself because I'm beautiful. But we're never taught to be even if I'm ugly, I still love myself. And I think that's a really prominent message that you guys need to hear. So letting go of basically all the societal judgments and all the misconceptions and perceptions that are put on you, and really focusing in on your unconditional love, and really focusing in on what matters to you, which is health and loving yourself in every which way. It's going deeper than the surface level of what the world usually puts out there. It's really going deeper within you and your personality and what you really are here to do on earth, which is to love yourself and to enjoy yourself, regardless of what you may look like or what you may do. Woo! Okay. Last one is your main area of focus is also being a speaker. Your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So it's really, once you have that packed down, once you have your health and once you have unconditional love packed down, you have the ability to speak clearly and speak your mind and use your throat chakra and use your voice, use your power of voice to change the minds of others and to really help other people see what they need to see as well, or hear what they need to hear as well. You probably have a wonderful, lovely singing voice. You probably have just a wonderful voice in general, and that's what's needed. Your voice is needed. Don't let it be silenced by societal judgment. Don't let it be silenced by beauty standards. Don't let it be silenced by distractions. It's so easy to kind of get wrapped up in physicality and for surface level things. I've done it so many times. And this year has been a really big changing point for me in terms of focusing inwards and not caring what people think of me, of how I look, and also not caring of what others look like too. Like, I've had to stop using makeup because I personally have eczema, and I've been having a really intense, stressful, I had a really stressful end of the 2022 year. So I had to let go of a lot of my daily routines when it came to makeup and just really embrace myself as a whole and really embrace all my flaws and still love myself. And it's been really empowering. So I feel like that's why I'm doing this pile right now, because I'm here to be the speaker for you guys, which is cool. I love Divine Source and in terms of using my vessel for that. Maybe you guys already are on the speaker aspect too, you know, like maybe you guys have already like focused on your nutrition, whether that be through your diet or through your media consumption or your daily habit routines and stuff, and you really let go of that, and maybe you are just here to just be reminded of, hey, yeah, now it's time, now I can really go out and speak my truth to the world, whether that be through social media platforms or through daily conversations with your friends, coworkers, family members, loved ones, the public, regardless. All right, sorry, these cards keep flying away here. Because you guys are really special. I keep being drawn to the unicorn horn. So I really have to remind you guys that you guys have a really valid and necessary, I mean necessary as a needed perspective from the divine that needs to be put out there. You need to put yourself out there in what you think about the world. And because I was tripping up on my words, it feels like I'm even tripping up on my words now. So it really feels like you guys are having a hard time speaking your truth. And I'm here to just remind you guys, and that's okay. It's okay to feel this way, and it's okay to feel like you need some time to really take a breath and take a breather in order to say what you need to say to others and have the courage to speak up for yourself and for what you believe in. Okay, so question 2 for pile 1. Divine Source, please connect me to pile 1 and the question, why are they on this timeline? Why are these beautiful guides of mine? Yes, I mean guides, because you guys are also here to guide me. Why are they on this timeline? Oh, that was really fast. Oh my gosh. I'm done. I'm not done. Obviously, I'm not done, but I think that's great. You guys got the card of befriending pain. Yeah, that's sick. And it's really a lot of it's just confirmation of what I've been saying so far. So why you guys are on this timeline is to really embrace the parts of yourself that are that give you depth, that give you character, the parts of yourself that you may not like, but I'm here to tell you to befriend those demons, to befriend, excuse me, another burp. So confirmation, to befriend the parts of yourself that are more ugly in nature, like that are more morally bad, or like what society deems as bad or ugly or whatever. Like, I'm here to remind you that it's okay to befriend this parts of yourself and to shake hands and hug your demons. And I'm getting emotional saying this, so really looking at all the aspects of yourself and loving yourself unconditionally. Befriending pain is a really hard thing. It's easier to fight pain. It's easier to be like, fuck you, get out of here. Just really looking at your pain and not fighting it, not trying to be like, not running away from it, not avoiding it, not fighting it, but really just looking at it and not being afraid of it and making friends with it. In the new Star Wars animated series, The Last Jedi, I've only watched the first episode, but Ahsoka, when she's a baby, she basically gets kidnapped by this like tiger-esque animal, and other than being eaten by the animal, which everyone in her village thinks it's gonna happen, she actually ends up befriending that tiger, and that tiger ends up leading Ahsoka back home and carrying Ahsoka on their back, because Ahsoka has Jedi skills. She has the mental capacity to really look at her fears and go beyond them and really befriend them. Wow, it's getting me really emotional. So it might be a really emotional time for you guys. You guys might be clearing out, letting go of a lot of pain, and really just hugging those parts of yourself and loving those parts of yourself. And I'm here to say congratulations. You're doing so amazing. Divine Source is here to say you're doing so amazing, and because of this, you're really healing your sacral, solar, and heart plexus. So you're really healing the parts of yourself that are related to not only your sexuality, but your self-worth and your heart and your relationships. And yeah, it's really making you who you are, and really it's really tapping you back into who you are. All right, and this card is, when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. I think that's so beautiful. I'm gonna say it again because it's just so beautiful. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. I'm gonna put that in the middle for you. Yeah, you know when you like do yoga, or you do a workout, or you do something physical that you think you can't do, but you push yourself a little, not too much, obviously not too much where it's painful. Well, maybe where it's a little painful, but like not like strenuous, you know? Where you push yourself and then you get back to the place of, once you're finished that, like, not strenuous, when you're finished that like workout or yoga exercise or yoga sequence that you thought you couldn't do, and then you finish it and you're like, wow, I did that. I really am that bitch. I really am like more than sometimes that I feel like I am or that I think that I am. Because having the courage to go past things that are uncomfortable are things that really help you grow. And yeah, that is amazing. Like, that is some hard shit. That is, again, not easy to be that vulnerable with yourself and to be so loving and unconditionally there for yourself, you know? A lot of people can't do that, can't look at those parts of themselves, but look at you. Look at you doing it. Look at you being it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the third question. We're gonna be looking at the question of potential outcomes of this timeline. Divine Source, please tap me in to the potential outcomes of this timeline. Oh. Did I say potential outcomes? I guess. Okay, I guess that's where we're going. That was supposed to be the fourth question, but like, I don't know. I guess we're doing that first. Woo! Divine Source, please tap me into the potential outcomes of this timeline. I'm feeling as if you guys will have an increase in your intuition. That's what's coming through, but we'll let the cards speak. Alright, so what are the potential outcomes of this timeline? Divine Source, what are the potential outcomes of this timeline? All right. We have the Nine of Cups. This kind of reminds me of a yin-yang symbol. The way the cats are sharing this bowl right now. And yeah, the Nine of Cups is all about satisfaction, right? Emotional satisfaction. The Nine of Cups is sometimes called the wish card, and it foretells a dream coming true. And abundance of joy, hope, gratitude, love. Growing intimacy may bring a new partner to your food bowl. Regardless of the form it takes, it's well-deserved and will bring great contentment. Fulfilled wishes and perhaps bellies are on your horizon. Yeah, so before this card came out, both the Lovers and the Hierophant in reverse came up, and I got the answer of no, that's not the message, but I think it's because it's not of a new partner as much as it's really you heading in the direction that you need to go in life, and you really being your full, whole, true self, and really being balanced and content and having the fulfillment of yourself, of who you are, and really standing in that power and in that unconditional love for yourself. And really, and it's really befriending all sides of yourself. That's what we've been saying this whole time, but the potential outcomes of you going on this timeline and you continuing this timeline is really clearing out all the sides of you that you may not like, and really befriending the uncomfortable parts of yourself, and really embracing you in your entirety. Oh, that's so beautiful. And you're gonna have a greater connection to Source Divine, to God, to Source, to Nameless, the Omnipotent, whatever you like to call what's out there, you're really going to be put in a position where you're so content with yourself that you can really be intuitive and make decisions off of your intuition and make decisions off of your own choices, not of what anyone says around you, your own choices, and really having the power to be content with yourself and to have abundance and joy from that. Ooh. That's a wonderful potential outcome. Oh my goodness. It really just aligns with everything we've been talking about. Yeah, I'm also getting the message because I'm getting the message of you really tapping into your divine self and to your more feminine aspects of yourself, regardless of what sex you are or what gender you identify as. You have the ability to go into the nurturing and the unconditional and the emotional parts of yourself, and really being able to love that parts of yourself. Yeah. Really having an aura of peace and love and self-love, especially. Okay, last message. So we're gonna look at how long until your potential next shift. So once you learn all these lessons, you'll be able to make decisions that are more you. Yeah, we have at the back of the deck cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life, which is basically what this rhodonite was about. And we also have wealth. So at the back of the decks, we have both of that before I even shuffle. And I really feel like that's where you are right now. And you guys are probably in a financially stable place. Or if you guys don't feel that way, then you might need to look at things like your home and your health in terms of stability. You guys might be in a good place that way. But yeah, let's look at how long before the next timeline shift. Oh, okay, that's a lot. Yeah, you guys are really healing your heart right now. Really healing that aspect. Divine Source, how long before the next? Okay. You got October. That's so funny. And pale. So pale has time to get out of a situation. And we have October, so the month of October. So whenever you're watching this, because this is a timeless reading, that's when you'll be able to really shift timelines. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's a really clear message. You will shift timelines come October. Come October, you guys will really be in this position. If you guys aren't already there yet, you will be in that position. How long before the next timeline shift? You will be able to choose to get out of this lesson if you really stick to healing yourself and you really stick to looking at your nutrition and letting go of the more surface level things in your life. If you look at your mental health and your physical health and your emotional and spiritual health, and you really take serious time to heal those parts of yourself and heal the uncomfortable parts of yourself, you'll be able to shift timelines come October. And again, I don't know when October is for you because this is a timeless reading, but that is a clear message by fall time, at least. And if you don't have seasons where you're at, we'll say October. But if you do have seasons, by fall time. I'm also getting whenever flowers bloom in whatever place you're at. That's also when you'll be able to shift timelines. Whew. All right. Okay, that was a long one. As lovely and beautiful and wonderful and deep and uncomfortable as that was, or that may have been, these are the messages that Source Divine wanted to deliver for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for taking the time to really get to know and be in tune with this aspect of yourself. I know it's not always an easy thing to do, to look at the uncomfortable and painful situations and to befriend these parts of yourselves and to look at the different aspects and really go beyond the morality of it and to really be able to balance your life. Those are some hard things to do. But I commend you for being here, and Source Divine commends you for being here. You're really clearing out your energy by bringing it up to your conscious level and by listening to this. So thank you so much for being here with me today, whenever you may see this. If you liked this video, please give me a like. Please subscribe. Let me know that you enjoy these things and that I should keep doing the thing that I'm doing that I really love and am passionate about. It really helps. It really helps me and YouTube algorithm to get these messages where it needs to go. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whether that be in the morning, the afternoon, or the night. I really hope you enjoy yourself and love yourself and have this unconditional love. I'm sending you so much joy, love, abundance your way. And I'm sending you as well so much balance and care in the healing process that you're going through. Much love. Hi Pile 2, how's it going? It's nice to see you. Yeah, if you guys chose this jet crystal, then this is for you. So jet, what it is an earthly and grounding gemstone. This true black mineraloid variety of coal is an ancient fossilized driftwood. Cool. So who needs it? Empaths, witchy types. Where to put it? To clear physical space or your body of uninvited vibes, swipe jet over the affected area and tell toxic energies, spirits, and tensions to peace out. When to use it? When asking for guidance from elsewhere. Think seance, guided meditation, hardcore tarot session. Jet can take the edge off of high vibe stones like moldavite and serpentine and is a wise old friend to bring as your +1 whenever your triggers are sure to be on the guest list. The mantra of this card is to claim your space. Oh, man, I love these. I love these cards so much. I'm getting a lot of wonderful grounding energy from you guys. Yeah. I'm doing this thing where I'm restructuring my brain, so I say guides instead of guys because I'm trying to get out of that patriarchal mindset and into a very spiritual mindset. And I do think of all of you as my guides because without you, I would feel lost. I would really feel lost. So thank you for existing and being here and being on this channel with me. And I'm here to deliver you guys your timeline messages. So today we're looking at what timeline you're on, and we're looking at the questions of obviously what timeline are you on, as well as what the main areas of focus you're on this timeline, why you are on this timeline, how long before the next timeline shift, and the potential outcomes of this particular timeline. Ooh. You guys are already a pile that's have cleared out a lot. Like, you guys have gone through the dark night of the soul. You guys have gone through the depths of yourself and have already healed and made friends with your demons and all the uncomfortable parts of yourself. And for that, congratulations. You guys are fucking amazing, and you deserve everything that you want out of life, because that is not easy things to do. It's not easy to heal not only your childhood trauma, but any trauma you may be going through now, as well as generational trauma, ancestral trauma, and all the triggers that this current world brings. You know, you guys are people that deserve your own space and deserve what you want out of life. Yeah. And you guys are people that can manifest quite easily, because you are empaths and witchy types. So having a space that's just yours, and having a space that you can just go to that's yourself, yeah, that's for yourself, and that you can control, especially. Yeah, the controlling your space and your environment is really big for you guys, because you are empaths. And because you can feel so much, you need spaces where you can go to just be yourself and not have the stresses or tensions or perceptions or judgments or feelings of others around you influence you or affect you. I'm hearing, again, one of my favorite YouTubers, Lexi the Leo, her voice in terms of the advice of veiling yourself. So her advice was to veil herself in a cone of white light around whenever you're in a space that doesn't resonate with you, that makes you feel not good. Yeah, and I'm here to pass that beautiful message along. I'm also here to pass the message of wearing physical things to also veil yourself. The white light was supposed to veil your spiritual body, but if you guys seem really grounded, so if you need something a bit more physical, I'm also being told to give the message that you might benefit from wearing hoods or hats a lot. Just keeping your crown chakra closed and to yourself, so that you are more in tune with your own body. Yeah, just like, even if you have like gemstones or gem crowns as well, using that and placing that on top of your head for protection from any psychic attacks. Yeah. And for my witches out there, hey, just using any spell work, any candle magic, any intuitive work that you do to really protect yourself and keep your space sacred. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Those are the channeled messages I have for you. Now let's get on to the oracle stuff. All right, so Divine Source, please connect me to pile 2, and please connect me to what the main areas of focus they have this timeline. So on this timeline, what are their main areas of focus? What are pile 2's main areas of focus on this timeline? So the reason I got into timeline and stuff was I was looking over a lot of like quantum physics stuff, and I was messing with the theory of quantum entanglements and all that string theory stuff that Einstein both proposed and thought was weird, because he claimed quantum entanglement as a spooky action from a distance. So basically what happens is you can know what one particle or one atom, what they're doing based off of another particle or atom that's like any amount of distance away. It doesn't matter how far or how close something is, you can feel and you can know what that other particle is doing, because it shares the same qualities, it shares the same aspects, it shares the same properties as that particle. So I'm getting relationships are something that might be big for you guys right now. You guys might be entangled in relationships or people, or you might be cutting cords with people that you don't necessarily like or are not meant for you anymore. Yeah. So what is the main area of focus this timeline? Well, yeah, we're gonna let the card speak for itself, you know, like what is the main area of focus this timeline for pile 2? Yeah. Let go. Walk away. What is the main area of focus for pile 2 this timeline? If I can just have one more confirmation card. Oh, thank you. Practice. Awesome. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting message. Okay. So you guys might be energetically connected to someone by music. And I'm getting the message that you might need to let go by quitting and stopping that emotional cord. Because music is undoubtedly linked to our emotions, and it's something we can always tap into. We can legitimately tap into other people's frequencies through music, through sound, because sound travels super fast. I'm not a physician or is it physician? I'm not a physicist, oh my god, Joyce. Sorry. Humbling moment right there. I'm not a physicist, so I can't actually tell you, like, I can look it up though. Okay, let me look it up. Okay. Sound moves really fast, but doesn't move as fast as light. So right now, you guys are letting go of frequencies of sound when it comes to the emotions of other people, especially the emotions of other people. It's probably why you're drawn to this card, because you're so empathic, because you have such strong connections to the earth itself. Excuse me. That is confirmation. Whenever I burp, that is confirmation that that's the message. So yeah, you guys are letting go of any frequencies that no longer belong to you. You guys are already really balanced. You guys already have the ability to see both and all aspects of yourself and love all aspects of yourself. I know you guys are comfortable with both being called an earth angel and a demon, knowing that earth angels are demons, because demons are legitimately angels that have fallen on earth, you know? And those are the same terms. And demons and angels are not good or bad things. It's the choices and the actions they make that determine that. Whether, like, that's what morality comes to. Morality doesn't come to people itself. Morality comes to the decisions, the actions, and the choices they make, and the responsibility that someone has in this lifetime. But you guys are letting go of the responsibility of others and holding their emotions and holding their frequencies. And you guys are letting go of that and saying goodbye to all that doesn't belong to you right now. That's your main focus right now on your timeline. Because you guys already know that you have a lot of unconditional love, and that you guys are very unique and special beings on earth right now. So you know that spirituality is legitimate. You understand that we can be connected to the earth and to other people just by existing. And because you have such a strong ability to do that, it's really easy for you guys to have emotions interfere with yourself, basically. Other people's emotions can easily interfere with yourself. And having protection aspects like veiling yourself in white light or physically veiling yourself with hoods and hats and crowns, those are really going to be helpful practices for you. Listening to music that's not on the same frequency as other people, rather than listening to music that's really healing and cleansing and that's your own. And drinking water. Drinking water is going to be 100% something wonderful for you to continue to do. I don't know why I'm getting Lumeria, but you guys might, like, if you guys are into starseeds, you guys guides might resonate with the Lumerian civilization and the Lumerian aspects of being divinely guided to be on this earth to create a harmonious, peaceful earth that really embraces matriarchal aspects of women being in power of their own, women identified people being in power of their own bodies and autonomy, you know, and letting go of any of the patriarchal norms, especially, that might be influencing your judgment at this time. Woo! All right, okay, so we're gonna move on. I don't know why I always get really like long messages. I love it. I love it so much. But you know, it is what it is. And I'm glad that you guys are here to listen. Yeah. You guys are what keeps me going. Alright, so Divine Source, please tap me into pile 2 and to the question why they are on this timeline. Why is pile 2 on this timeline? Why is pile 2 on this timeline? Oh my goodness, the cards are just flying away because because I'm shuffling right in front of them. Why is pile 2 on this timeline? Divine source. Ooh. Balancing the brain. I can be and do all at once. Yeah. Balancing the brain. Yeah. So you guys are my pile that's getting psychically attacked right now by other people, especially emotionally. And I say emotionally, but that can come through thought forms as well. By like, do you ever hear like a song in your head that's not exactly the frequency that you want to be on? You can change that. You can change the song. You can change the frequency of where you're at by being like, if you're hearing a song consistently in your head, being like, no, I don't want to listen to this song, and telling your thoughts, let's move into something else. Because I'm getting the message, you guides are my smoking hot pile. So you attract a lot of people and you attract a lot of unwanted energies. And I'm getting really hot and flustered right now. So you guys really make people flustered and fall in love with you. And so they may be thinking about you all the time. And that's what psychic attacks can also come as. It's not always a bad thing. It's not always the evil eye that's coming through psychic attacks. It's also people that love you. So right now you're balancing the brain by really honing in on your thoughts and really being in control of your thoughts and that space, right? Because, you know, if you don't have a environment that's particularly all yours, you will always have your headspace that will be yours, and you will always have control over that headspace. I'm only here to gently remind you that you have such a powerful connection to source, divine, to the omnipotent, to God, to the nameless, whatever you want to call it, or not call it. You have such a direct connection that you have the ability to really control the choices you make and control the thoughts that come into your head. You have a strong mental capacity to really overwrite any emotional wavelengths that are coming at you. Shit. That's intense. Yeah, you guys are my spiritual pile. You guys understand that the divine does not just exist outside of you. The divine is within you. You guys are my magicians, where it's as within, so without, as above, so below. You guys really understand that. And right now, you're practicing that control of the mind and that control of emotions, and not letting other people's frequencies and not letting other people's thoughts and not letting other things around you dictate how you're feeling and how you go about life. Yo, that's so sick. You guys are so grounding, and you guys are like the pile that really takes responsibility over their own lives. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move forward. Oh, actually, before we move forward, I'm just gonna say this again. I can be and do all at once. So again, you guys are the pile that can not only be spiritual and be empathic, but you guys can transform your life by doing the work. By doing physical things that will ensure that your life goes the way that you want it to go. And for example, like taking control of your environment, like if you have, even if that means just like your room, and if you don't have a room, I personally did not have my own room until I was like, I still technically don't have my own room, and it's been, yeah, anyways. So just taking control of whatever spaces that you can, and really making it your own. Say that you have your own desk, or your own cubby, or your own like corner of your home just to yourself that no one else touches. Really taking control of that area to be yours and to be a safe space for yourself. And again, if you don't have any of these spaces, really taking control of your headspace and the thoughts that come about to you. And if you have intrusive thoughts that come in your head, being like, no, I'm not listening to those intrusive thoughts because I know that's not me. I know I have an unconditional love for myself, that those are the thoughts those are not my thoughts. And really having that control and that balance of your brain to know and discern what's yours and what's not. Right now, you guys are really in the practice of letting go of other people's emotions and psychic attacks, love bombings, all of that. You guys are really, you guys are really balanced, and I love that. Source loves that so much. Continue doing that. Anyways, so we're gonna go to potential outcomes of this timeline. I'm just gonna clear this deck, and you can see the Hangman's reversed right now, so you guys are really like, you guys aren't stuck, you know? You guys like know what you're doing. You guys have a level of discernment to move forward. All right. Oh, okay. I don't want to take those because that was way too quick, and it fell on the ground. So we're gonna do this again. Source Divine, what are the potential outcomes of this timeline for pile 2? What are the potential outcomes of this timeline for pile 2? Okay, I'm here to take the top card. So, ooh, the star. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, let's maybe like move this down. Move that up. Because we have this space. I'm really putting that to the side there. Okay. Yeah. Potential outcomes of this timeline that you're on right now. So you guys are you have the star, and I keep being drawn to the image of the overflowing water and the cat basically tipping the water. So you'll be able to extend this practice and extend your knowledge as well as your unconditional love to others. You guys will give other people hope. That's what the star is. You guys will be able to be the lighthouse, the beacon of light, to help people who are going through dark nights of the soul, to help people who are going into the depths of themselves. You guys will be able to really be a companion, a comforter, someone to really lean on and provide emotional stability. And once you have once you guys are in a space where you have balance, and I know you guys already are on that timeline of balance, so where you're headed towards is being able to really extend that in a way where you have boundaries, especially. Yeah. Being able to take care of yourself to the point where you can extend that and help take care of others going through their journey. Yeah. Any other messages? And you'll also be able to really have practices that ground you. So you might be in the on a timeline right now where you're developing habits and routines that really ground you, whether that be meditation in the morning, yoga morning, night, having a workout routine, taking walks, praying, gardening, painting, things that really connect you back to your breath. Yeah, and connect you back to that awareness. Things that open up your heart as well. Those are things that you may be doing right now in terms of grounding yourself and making sure that you have stability within yourself so that you can extend it outwards to the people that you love. 17 might be a number that's like important to you because I'm being drawn to in Roman numerals 17. So it could be that 1 is always signifies the individual. 7 is actually, what is 7? Let me I know it's about luck, but let me be a little bit more exact in my messages. 7 describes intellectuals, deep thinkers, philosophers, and scholars. Those touched by 7 analyze things before making a decision. Their souls are visionary and their way of thinking is unique. And that just really coincides with what's going on here, especially with balancing the brain. You guys are the people that have such a way of life that is so healing and so needed on this earth right now. You guys are my deep thinkers. You guys are my intellectuals. And because of that, you guys can have a lot of thoughts and a lot of mental distractions. So as you are balancing yourself right now, through your routines, through your grounded practices, you'll be able to really extend that outwards and extend who you are to those you love once this is down packed. And once you have like a really good grip. And if you already have a really good grip, this is just a reminder. Yeah. I feel like half the group is, half the group isn't. But yeah, you guys have a really divinely connected way of being. So again, mentally, you guys are very, very strong. And you guys can again transform things around you because of that. Anyways, I'm just repeating myself now, so yeah. Let's move on to how long before your next timeline shift. You guys also have wealth. Pile 1 also had wealth at the bottom of their deck, so in the next timeline shift, stability can be something important to you and monetary value. You can probably gain monetary value through what you're doing right now by extending yourself and having an overflowing cup. Once you're really in that space, or if you're already in that space, you'll be able to really monetize from that. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so as I'm saying that, Tiger and money path fall out. So Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. So your next timeline shift is when you have to do something risky, when you have to take a leap of faith, when you have to do something that might be scary. We were talking about, I'm pretty sure this was the pile that was talking about Ahsoka and the tiger animal. So like, I think that's really cool that it comes up again. So tigers might be really like resonant to you as well. But anyways, like that, like the symbology of the tiger in terms of doing something risky and taking a chance. It might be something that scares you or something that's uncomfortable, where you have to make a decision that you really do have to take a leap of faith. That is when your timeline will shift, and that is when the money will start flowing in. That's when you'll really start to see growth when it comes to your income as well. I'm trying to get like an actual time frame for you guys. I know that's not a time card. Yeah. Okay, August. So this is a timeless reading, but I'm either getting August or whenever the full moon hits. That's the timeline where, or that's gonna be around the time where you're gonna see this risky or make this decision that's a bit more uncomfortable. But yeah, once you take that leap of faith, you will really step into your own and you're really gonna see the money flow in. Yeah, but again, if this reading resonates, never make financial decisions based off of a YouTube video. Please don't. Always tap into your intuition. Always tap into your own guidance. Always tap into the choices and the responsibilities you have before making any financial decisions. Again, I'm here to remind you that you have such a incredible power and understanding of yourself, and you have such a balance of yourself that you can trust yourself when making decisions. And yeah. This is just for those who are a little bit more like, I need a time frame. I really, like those who are a little bit more adamant in knowing, or at least having like information to help soothe the anxiety of risk taking, It's just for those. And I'm not saying that you guys are like impatient. It's more of you guys sometimes just need information to kind of settle yourselves and kind of be able to like but let go of the anxiety that you may be feeling because of a lot of the chatter in your brain. Yeah. The last messages I have for you are that because you guys are empathic and because you guys can really tune into other people, and because you guys have very witchy-esque ways of life, you're really also able to tap into your ancestors and your guides and your angels and your demons and your fairies, if you connect to fairies and goblins, any of the spiritual beings that call to you, any deities, any connections that you have to the unseen world, because you're so highly in tune with that, and because it comes through so many thought forms. I'm here to remind you that grounding yourself will really help you discern what is necessary for your life. This may be the pile that may associate with having ADHD and having a lot of chatter go on in the background while you're conscious. It's not to say that ADHD is like a spiritual diagnosis, but like you guys, it's more of the aspect of having so many thoughts in your head that sometimes it's really hard to ground yourself. But I'm here to remind you to keep those grounding practices so that you can fulfill what you need to fulfill, and that you can really tap into your own intuition and your own personal guidance, because the divine always lies within as well. And you'll be able to make the right decision for you. And again, whatever decision you make on this timeline will always be the right one. There's never any wrong decisions. When it comes to timelines, all it really means is that if you make a decision that it's always going to be what's needed. If you need to relearn a lesson, you'll relearn a lesson. If you need to move on from that and you can move on from that lesson, then you'll move on from that and you'll shift timelines. So yeah, so that's the messages that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening. I had to make sure that these are the last messages that I have. But yeah, to wrap it up, just to give a synopsis and summary of everything. Right now, you guys are on a timeline where you're letting go of the chatter in your head. And by doing practices that involve grounding and balancing those mental thoughts, through things like walking, praying, meditating, doing yoga, gardening, breath work, those things will really help you fill your own cup and be able to extend that to others. And once you're at that point in your life, for some it's going to be in August, for some it's going to be in a full moon, but really it's a timeless thing. So whenever you're at a point where you feel like you're making a risky decision, that is the opportunity you have to jump timelines and to be on a path that's more abundance, that is more in a way where you'll see income flowing to you, or you'll see stability flowing to you. You'll see your manifestations really emerging. Yeah. Okay. That's the synopsis. Thank you for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this reading and the messages that were brought to you today from Source. I had a really good time reading for you guys. If you liked this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you feel like it, because it will really help me and really warms my heart if you hit that red subscribe button. And leave a comment down below if this really resonated for you. I would love to hear it. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening. Whenever you find this reading. Much love. Hi Pal 3, how's it going? My name is Joy, and obviously you're on NX Joy's channel. Today we're looking at timelines and the main question of what timeline are you on? Yeah, so we're going through the questions, what the main area of focus you're on this timeline, why you're on this timeline, the potential outcomes of this timeline, and how long before the next timeline shift. So if you chose this image of the Tibetan black quartz, sorry, let me just center that, yeah. If you chose this image, then this is your pile. So, but actually before we get into this reading, I saw a squirrel, like, just kind of chill near my window, and I'm taking that as a message from Spirit, Source Divine, God, Nameless, Omnipotent, whatever you'd like to call it. So the squirrel animal means that you're resourceful, flexible, and quick-witted. Planning comes naturally to you. You know how to plan and put away nuts like a squirrel for the winter, but you also know how to enjoy the moment. The squirrel spirit animal is also associated with playfulness and lightheartedness. So, yeah, you guys are just really cool beings in terms of being able to really understand that you're living to be in the moment, but you're also planning ahead for the future. That is also probably why you're on this timeline video, because timelines are about not only where you're at, but where you're headed. Yeah. If that resonates, then this might be your bio. Anyways, so the Tibetan black quartz, what it is, the black in Tibetan black quartz references the storm-like burst of an inky mineral often found inside the stone. The Tibetan references the crystal's Himalayan origins. So Tibetan black quartz reminds those on the spiritual path to non-judgmentally ask, could I be even clearer right now? Who needs it? Metaphysicists, occultists, tantrists, and Sagittarians. Wow, this is the second card that I'm getting in terms of Sagittarian vibes. So cool. So you might have chosen pile 1 as well. Who knows? Anyways, where to put it? Wherever you're looking to elevate the vibe, operate on a higher plane, and explore the vastness of your human consciousness. When to use it? When you're chasing enlightenment on the meditation cushion, or when you're pulling out tarot cards. Yeah. So the mantra for this card is light up your spiritual path. So, okay. So with this pile, you guys might be doubting yourself when it comes to making decisions, or you might be doubting the unseen worlds. But again, I'm here to remind you as a vessel from Source Divine's messages that the unseen is operating on this earthly plane just as any material form is. And just because it's not seen doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like if you look at wind, or if you look at if you take the example of wind, especially, you can't see wind, but you know it's there because you can feel it. That's basically how how the unseen world really goes. You know it's there because you can feel it. You might have clairsentience, or you might have other clairs like claircognizance, like the gift of knowing, audience, the gift of hearing. I'm not really sure what the gift of smelling is called. Let me look it up real quick. Clairolescence, that's the gift of smelling. Yeah. And clairvoyance, which is the gift of seeing. Right now my cat Tinkerbell is being a cute little protective kitty cat. Also a curious little kitty cat, just making sure that the people around me are not making any judgments or putting their energies on me. And yeah, I love her for that. And now she's getting a quick bite to eat, so maybe you guys are in a very heightened protective state and you need something grounding like food to really like put you back into a state of your own being. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to basically the questions of what the main area of focus you are on this timeline. Let me just clarify. So where you're at on this timeline right now is a place where you know about spirituality and you can plan ahead in life by being very aware of your consciousness in the present state, but you may be doubting yourself a bit and you may be in a space of just needing clarification and just needing like the go ahead that this is the right path you're on. Like you guys are already on a path where you need to go. So on timeline wise, you guys have already gone through phases of development where you know yourself, you know of your abilities, and you might be in an imposter syndrome state right now. And I'm just here to remind you, like, where you're going right now, like, you're doing good. Like, you're where you need to be, So that's where you are on your timeline right now. And if that resonates, please, let's move forward into the reading. So, Divine Source, please tap me into pile 3. And the question, what the main areas of focus they are on in this timeline. So what is pile 3's main areas of focus? Sorry, if you're ever feeling energetically pulled places, I'm getting like hoods are really good for you, like hooded things, just to keep your crown chakra close to yourself. Because the divine always lies within, right? So like having a hood just kind of like helps you tune in to yourself. Okay, I'm getting the top one. I'm done. Trust. If that's just not like, and you saw me shuffling, like, like I had to trust my intuition of just taking the top card, and what comes out, trust. So yeah. So the main area of focus on this timeline is to trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. Whew. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Let me just hold this card out closer. Let's see if it adjusts. Yeah. And I got birds flying overhead. So right now you're clearing yourself to be able to trust. It just really resonates and coincides with the Tibetan black quartz crystal. I think that's amazing. I just love confirmation messages like that. Anyways, yeah, so you guys already know that you have different I keep getting the word clairvoyance. So you guys may be very clairvoyant, and you probably can see quite easily not only where you're at, but where you're going. And you're just on your main area of focus right now is to just be able to trust that what you already put in place will happen. Anything, any manifestations, any preparations, anything that you've already done and are doing right now, that will launch you to where you need to go. I keep getting drawn to this necklace, so it could be that your throat chakra may be in need of protection, so drinking teas might be really good for you. Going to see again a medical professional if it's something really serious like strep throat or what have you, just to be sure. Wearing protective things such as jewelry like necklaces might be really good for you right now. And it's not necessary, obviously. Do whatever you feel like is what you need, but the message of being able to trust yourself and trust your own feelings, your own, like your clairsentience, and being able to trust your dreams to guide you, those are going to be very helpful for you right now. That's what your main area of focus is right now. I don't know if you own a crystal ball, but that could be also very helpful for you. And yeah, just having a greater perspective of seeing things from above and understanding and trusting your higher self and trusting divine source or God or the omnipotent or the nameless, whatever you'd like to call it, trusting that unseen realm to really follow out what you want to follow out. That is the timeline. That's the area of focus you are on this timeline. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. Anything else? I'm getting a couple more things, like, because that was so resonant with the Tibetan black quartz. I kind of want to just pull another card, if that's cool. Okay. Oh, cool. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So right now, your areas of focus should be trusting yourself, as well as being into body work. So really getting and grounding into the physical by doing things like massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, exercise training, yoga, meditating, things that really bring you back into the body. I guess not meditating, but meditating in the sense of breath work. That will really help you focus. Like, that's where your areas of focus should be. You should be able to trust what you're doing. And if you need something more physical, more grounding, then doing body work will help you just invigorate your senses and invigorate the feelings you have being safe in your body, being able to trust your body, because the body holds a lot of tension. Like I know the body holds trauma by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk. He is really famous in launching the idea that the body holds trauma and that physical things hold emotional weight. I know that a lot of the times that people hold a lot of grief and a lot of tension in their hips when they're going through stressful life scenarios, and when people are going through a lot of fear and anxiety, they hold a lot of tension in their upper chest and their heart, and their shoulders and their neck. So being able to do body work will be really helpful in terms of what you should be focusing on, as well as just trusting yourself to make the right decisions, and trusting yourself that you're on the right path is going to be, that's what you should focus on. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive of where you're going. Cool. Awesome. All right, so let's move on to the question of, there's still more messages here, so apologies. You are also on a timeline where you have developed a good balance between your masculine and feminine sides. And again, this doesn't mean, how do I say this? You understand that both masculine and feminine and non-binary qualities lie within you. You're able to really tap into both sides and tap into it so well that it just flows and is non-binary, like divine source, the omnipotent God, is a non-binary entity. That burp confirms it. Whenever I burp, this is the third time I'm burping, the message is really confirming through my body. Like trusting my body that way as well might be a message for you guys. So yeah, trusting your body senses, like when you burp or when you hiccup or when you sneeze or cough. If you don't have a cold, obviously. If you're not sick and you start sneezing, it means that you need to shift your perspective into a more positive perspective. And legitimately, if you're like coughing and sneezing and you don't have a cold, that means that you're just getting out all the negative, all the things that are not serving you. You're just getting that out and you're shifting your perspective and you're shifting your way of thinking. Kind of like a reset. Those bodily things are like a reset for you. As well as burping. Personally, burping for me has always confirmed the messages that they're true, that they're needed, that's the way I'm going. If I bite my tongue, that means for me personally that I might have misspoke and I might need to reword some things. So trusting your body that way will be really helpful. Yeah. I don't know if you heard that little meow, but that's my kitty cat again. Hello, Tinkerbella. Cutie pie. She just wants a little attention. Yeah. Okay. Any other messages? Yeah, getting out of your head and getting out of your own bubble, and into like a more higher perspective, a perspective that can see forward. Both of those things will be really helpful for you right now on this timeline. Okay, now I can move on. Awesome. So, why are you on this timeline? Divine Source, please tap me into pile 3 and their timeline in terms of why they are currently on this timeline. Why is pile 3 on this timeline? Why is pile 3 on this timeline? It's a lot. It's a lot of cards that just flipped. If I could just have one card. Yeah, so why is pile 3 on this timeline? Alright. Okay. Alright, so this is it. This is the one that was flipped over. There's other ones that are flipped over. Alright. Okay. Anything else that's flipped over? Okay. That's a lot. I'm gonna stick to, okay, I'm getting the words take it. So you guys have a lot of stuff. And that's it. Alright, you guys are the only pile that got like 5 of these cards. So feel special. Feel really special. Okay, let's start with this one. Hearing inner guidance. My intuition flows whenever I am still. So yeah, by trusting yourself, you'll really be able to just kind of be, you know? And we have the card rewiring the subconscious. Sorry. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. You know, and that's what we were really talking about in terms of trusting yourself and being more positive and making sure that things work out for you. Expressing free will is our next card. My choices determine how brightly I shine. You know, again, this is really just recognizing where you're planning will lead you to great abundance and great love in terms of unconditional self-love. Dispelling sadness is the next card. I will feel better once I get the rest needed. Yeah, so body work, again, doing things, again, like massages, energy healing, physical therapy, exercise training. Again, do whatever resonates. I trust you to trust yourself in terms of, I'm not trying to laugh at like anyone. It's just like, I think it's funny how the messages come about. I trust you to trust yourself in terms of knowing what you need right now, whether that be doing body work like massage therapy, like getting an extra hour of sleep or two, or just staying in bed the whole day because that's what you need, you know, you're releasing a lot right now. Since you're rewiring the subconscious, I know you also got this card of rewiring the nervous system. So you're at a space where you're really just needing to focus on your body and what it needs and what you need, and just trust that what you already put in place and what you've already done will launch you to where you're needed to go. I guess not launch. What? Because I bit my tongue there. See, like, I need to reword that. Let me reword that. So, what you have already done has put you in a space where you just need to trust that it will work out. And because you're rewiring so much, like your subconscious and your nervous system, being able to be with your body and letting it heal is going to be really helpful right now in terms of focus when it comes to this timeline. Yeah, and that's for some of you. For others, it's going to be like more active things. Like it's really balancing that feminine and masculine sides. Like if you felt like you've gotten a lot of rest and you need something more of a pick-me-up, then do more physically active things. But if you feel like you've been doing so many physically active things that you need a break, then take rest. Take whatever's resonant to you right now. I trust that you know that you got this. Yeah, let me like, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, the last card you have is rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. I'm not here to romanticize traumas. I'm not here to like tell you, oh my God, you're so strong. And like, you know, like that's not exactly what people want to hear when they've just gone through something traumatic. I'm just here to remind you that whatever you have gone through and whatever has happened to you is done now. And because of that, you have built character and you have understood yourself more. And again, I'm not trying to romanticize it. I'm just trying to say, like, spirit, source divine is just trying to say that what happened to you already happened, and there's no way of changing that. And all that can happen now is for you to trust that there was a reason for it. Like that saying of diamonds only survive under pressure, or diamonds are only made under pressure. That's kind of you guys. My camera cut off. I'm not really sure where, so I'll find out through editing. Anyways, yeah. So in terms of why you are on this timeline definitely was a lot of healing. This timeline was a space for you to rewire yourself in terms of your subconscious thinking and your nervous system. And body work is really helpful in terms of healing the nervous system especially. And being able to trust yourself in a space where people might be disagreeing with you, or people might be having different opinions, and holding to your own is why you're here. Being strong in your own convictions is why you're here on this timeline. Being able to make your own choices and being in your body so that you get rest when you need, or you physically take care of your body when it needs to be active. These are the reasons why you're on this timeline. All right, we're gonna move forward in terms of potential outcomes on this timeline. Yeah, and you guys have the Empress right now as the back card. So you are in a space of receptivity, of being able to receive what's happened to you and receive the information you're getting right now and trusting that it will take you where you need to go. You know, especially if you live in a patriarchal society that like most of us do, women are taught to just give. Women identified beings are taught to just give. And it's funny because our natural like essence, the divine feminine natural essence, no matter what sex you are, no matter what gender you identify as, is to be receptive, you know? The divine feminine is only a label to help identify, like, communication-wise, that it's okay to be receptive. It's okay to receive from others. It's okay to receive from yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. All right, so what are the potential outcomes of this timeline? What is the potential outcomes of this timeline? Source divine. What is the potential outcomes of this timeline? Let's go. Okay. Oh, sorry. One last shuffle. Okay. I'm gonna take this one. And oh, that's so funny. This is the one that wanted to come. Sorry, this one wanted to come out, and I was like, take it, and they were like, no, because another card was with it. So I think it's really funny, and that ding just confirms it. That really just confirms it. Let me just put this somewhere else. Actually, let me leave that here. Okay. Yeah, one sec. Let me just change my battery because it is running low. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to change my battery. All right, so in terms of potential outcomes of this timeline, you guys got the Ace of Swords and Death. So the Ace of Swords really signifies, look, aces always signify new beginnings, as well as swords signify a new mental outlook on life. And because this cat is having their nails clipped, I'm really getting that you're taking care of yourself right now. In terms of potential outcomes, you guys will really be able to take care and receive care. You guys will be able to receive care from others. Yeah. as of right now, potential outcomes are basically having your old self die, in the sense of not die in like you're not gonna physically die or anything. No, like that's not what I mean when the death card comes out. It's more of like being able to love all parts of yourself and being able to kind of negate the fear that comes out and being able to see the brighter, the new beginnings of your life, and having a perspective that has a lot more warmth, and having a perspective that's more unconditionally loving. So right now, because death also signifies new life, right? It's a cycle, and the potential outcomes of this timeline is basically being able to negate the fears that come at you and come into a position where unconditional love can step in and take its place, and being able to make choices and decisions and behaviors off of that. Being able to receive love is something that's big. That's a big potential for you guys. You guys, apologies. Yeah, the Ace of Swords heralds new beginnings, and in this case, the spawning of new ideas, words, thoughts, and plans. Like I was saying, it was just like a new perspective on how you think. You have tremendous mental clarity, independence, and power, and somehow you manage to be big-hearted on top of all that too. Just be careful how you wield that sword. Getting your claws trimmed is good for you, whether you like it or not. Be open to new ideas, feelings, and opinions, and they'll find you. So yeah, because you guys are really in a space of rewiring yourself and rewiring the survival aspects of yourself to be able to thrive and be taken care of, and seeing more perspectives, like more the new beginnings of a perspective. Like you can look at the death card and just see death and endings, or you can look at the death card and see the cycle of life and the new beginnings that also come with it, you know? So having a more balanced perspective of life, that's the potential outcomes that you get from this timeline. Sick. All right, so let's move on to how long before the next timeline shift, if you choose to shift into the next timeline. Because sometimes like we choose to do these lessons again because things aren't fully solved and there are things to be looked at. Okay. Oh man. Apologies. This set of deck is like really new to me. So yeah, I'll take that. So how long before the next timeline shift? Okay, sure. I guess October is going to be a really intense month for everyone this year, because another pal got this too. I think it's interesting. So the next timeline shift is in October. Again, this is a timeless reading, so if your place has seasons, then the fall time might be also very significant for you. But yeah, like once you pay attention to your work in terms of your body work and your mental work and your spiritual work and your emotional work, so all your works apparently, just we're just gonna throw it all in there, I guess. But really paying attention to all the sides of you and being able to do the work in terms of rewiring yourself. That is, once you have that down packed, it might be in October. There is a chance that someone new will enter your life. So these are signifiers of when the next timeline shift is. When you see someone new enter your life, that can be indicative of the timeline shifting for you, of you shifting into a new beginning. Again, that's the potential outcome, right? So, like, that is also when you can be more clear in terms of when you're shifting timelines. Yeah, and if that doesn't happen, it might be in October or in the fall time. Yeah. Last message is just a synopsis of everything. So what timeline are you on right now? You're on a timeline where you are really working hard towards trusting yourself and your physical sensations, as well as your spiritual abilities when it comes to feeling and seeing and hearing and smelling anything that really comes to you, being able to balance your feminine and masculine aspects of yourself and rewiring your subconscious as well as your nervous system. That's the timeline you're on. Yeah. Whoa, that's intense. That's really intense. You guys are on a really deeply spiritual mission right now where you're learning how to receive help from others and learn that there are more perspectives than one when it comes to looking at things. When with good comes the bad, with the bad comes the good, with light comes darkness, yin and yang, all that balancing wonderful things. Yeah, and really working towards yourself and putting your energy into honing in on really your physical sensations, and trusting your own intuitive messages when it comes to that. Yeah. And once you have that down packed, either by October or the fall time, or when someone new enters your life, you'll be able to shift timelines and work on different lessons. Yeah, you guys are going through it. You guys are really, like, you guys are my guides. Like, you guys are really, like, really doing the most. And for that, thank you so much. Thank yourself, thank your body, thank your mind, your heart, your whole soul for being here today. Thank you, Source Divine Spirit, God, omnipotent, unnameless, anything that you want to be called or calls to me and whoever is listening to this. Yeah, thanks for being here. And thanks for listening to all this really long message. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please comment down below if this resonated. Subscribe. It'll really warm my heart and help me know that this is the path, even though, yeah. I trust that this is the path. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at, and I hope the rest of your day is what you need it to be. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm sending you much love and care. Bye. Hey there, Pal 4. How are you? How's it going? My name's Joy from The Next Joy. I can hear my throat going out. I've been just talking like the whole day, so apologies if my voice sounds a bit more like hoarse. Yeah. I have my handy dandy tea here, so it's probably good. Anyways, yeah, so if you chose the apophyllite crystal, this beautiful crystal right here, to like, ooh. Focusing on this crystal. I'm so sorry. Let me do that. Yeah, so if you chose the apophyllite crystal, this is your reading. So, apophyllite. What is it? Apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra Yoga, Nang Champa, apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, or pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like your but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost you. And the mantra for this is beam yourself up, way up. Sick, yeah. So while reading this, I got a couple of things. First off, this channel is called NX Joy for people who are looking to connect to Source Divine in a more grounded fashion. NX Joy stands for an existential joy, and being an existential joy really means being in a space where you're able to connect to the divine and connect to to being, to existing, to just have that feeling of wow, I love life, you know? I'm also getting the channeled messages of one of my favorite tarot readers, Kino Tarot. She has a video where she says, where she gives the advice of whenever you have a yeah but kind of thought, to always go with and stick with the yeah. You know, don't think about the but X, Y, and Z, but I can't do this, but I'm not good enough, but don't let those things negate you from the yeah, because the yeah is the most important part. The fact that you want to do it, the fact that you are like, yeah, this is what lights my fire, yeah, this is what makes me feel good, yeah, this is what makes me want to live, and this is what I'm passionate about, this is it, yeah, that should be your focus. So excuse me, and being in that space will really help. Also, keeping good posture might really help. I had to like realign my back, so that I'm keeping good posture. That might really help in terms of getting you in a physical place where you feel confident in yourself, you know? Like, when the physical body really is indicative of how you're feeling, and if you're in a slouchy state, it might make you feel pretty bad. It might make you feel like anxious. It might make you feel fearful. It might make you feel just down about yourself because you're naturally caving yourself inwards to protect yourself. But if you're in a space of good posture and letting your chakras align and letting your heart out and really having the alignment in your posture, you're going to be aligned with yourself, your true self, with connecting to Source Divine, the Omnipotent, to God, to the Nameless, whatever you want to call it or not call it. When you have good posture, that will really help you be in that kind of space to trust yourself and the divine and to get inspiration if that's what you need. Yeah, so if these messages resonate, then this is your pile. Yeah. Just gonna put that here. Yeah, I kind of like it like this. Anyways, so today we're looking at timeline and what timeline you're on, and the main question is what timeline are you on? I'm also going to be looking at 4 different questions. The first one being what the main area of focus you have on this timeline, why you're on this timeline, how long before the next timeline shift if you choose to shift, and the potential outcomes of this timeline. Alright, so let's get started. Divine Source, please connect me to pile 4. I like how we have spiritual teacher at the back of this. Yeah, please connect me to pile 4 in terms of what the main area of focus is on this timeline. So in terms of the first question of what timeline are you on, you guys are obviously on a spiritual path. You guys are obviously on a path. Sorry, I don't mean to say obviously like I'm a know-it-all. Apologies. I mean, because of this card, because of the apophyllite, it really is indicative of the fact that you guys are already on a spiritual path, that you guys already are in a place where you know about spirituality, you have a strong belief in spirituality, and now you're in a space where you want to be connected to your highest timeline, to the best timeline for you, to the timeline that is really connected with Source Divine. Yeah, that's the timeline you're on. You're on like the best time. You're basically on your best timeline, or like that's where you like. If not, that's where you want to be, and that's where you're going on this timeline. Yeah. Sorry. So I don't know why my laugh was like kind of sinister there, like I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't know. Divine Source, please tap me into pile 4 and their timeline, and yeah, please tap me into Divine Source. Oh my god, I'm like going everywhere with this pile. My words are like jumbling everywhere. Damn. Okay. Apologies. Yeah, I feel really spacey too. Like, I feel really like you guys might be on like a really like you guys are on the astral plane. You guys can really already tap into the higher realms, and you guys are already in spaces where you know how to get to the unseen world. You know how to transport yourself already through different timelines. And I think the he, like the more sinister sounding laugh, because that's not my laugh. I think it's a message of warning. It's a message of discernment. And just to say that in the unseen worlds, you have to be careful of what you're connecting to, and making sure that you're protected and making sure that you're safe whenever you are on more transcendental paths, whenever you do go to the astral realm, because not everything in the unseen realm is here to help you. Some are tricksters, some teach you lessons, and it's nothing to be afraid of, obviously. I bit my tongue there, so I need to change that. It's nothing to be afraid of, but it is something to be cautioned to, and to be aware of the ways in which some forms, some connections to these higher realms might lead you astray. Yeah, so it's just being cautious, making sure that you stick to you, and you stick to choosing what's best for you and doing your own will, and being very responsible in how you take your spiritual practices, and making sure that you don't spiritually bypass anything. Just remember, we're human beings after all, you know? We're on this plane to learn lessons ourselves, and as much as we are spiritual beings in human bodies, we have human bodies to take care of. Yeah. Alright, so Source Divine, please tap me into pile 4 in terms of the main areas of focus that they have on this timeline. What are the main areas of focus this timeline? What is pile 4's main areas of focus this timeline? Thank you. 2 more cards. So we're gonna get 2 more cards. Okay. Interesting. 1 more card, I guess. So we're gonna do 1 more card. That's 3 cards, so that's funny. Breath work is probably really important. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's crazy. Okay, so pile 3 also got these 2 same cards. Like, no joke. Pile 3 got trust and bodywork as well. That's, yeah. Protected. I like that you guys got the protected card as well. So your main areas of focus this timeline is to trust that you are in a space where your feelings and your own intuition and your own body especially can guide you to where you need to go. So you may be doing body work like massage therapy, Reiki, healing, physical therapy, yoga, exercise training, breath work especially. And these are the things that will help you feel connected to your body and really ground you so that you are protected from anything in the unseen realm. Yeah. By trusting yourself and connecting to, by trusting both yourself and the divine and connecting to your body, you will be protected against anything that you may not want in your life. Yeah. Confirmation. Fourth birth. Fourth confirmation. That's the message. Yeah, that's the overall message, basically, is that you are like protected through working on your body and trusting your own physical senses. Wow, yeah, this is my second spiritual pile, because again, the third pile, if you chose that pile, you'll know that these two cards came out as well. But yeah, I think the fact that you have protection here, that you are safe and supported while you change your career, well, just on your path on this timeline, is just to confirm to yourself that what you need to be doing is protective work. Like, the main area of focus is to be able to protect yourself when you do spiritual work, because again, like I said earlier, not everything's out here to help you, and some things will lead you astray from where you want to go, which is your highest timeline. So being able to trust your body and trust yourself is going to be very important on this timeline, and that's where you should be focusing your attention. Yeah, okay. Next, we're going to go into the question, why are you on this timeline? Okay, I'm going to clear this a little bit more. Okay, so pile 4. Why is pile 4 on this timeline? Alright, so why is pile 4 on this timeline? Divine Source, please check with me pile 4 and why they are on this timeline. Okay. Interesting. Resolving anger. Any other cards? Okay. Excuse me. Illuminating the truth. Divine Source, please tap me into pile 4 and their timeline. Embodying my soul. Oh, interesting. And at the back of the deck, I kind of just wanted to stay back, is each breath confirms how awake I already am. Invoking self-realization. Yeah, so that card just kind of like, as well as you guys have overcoming fear. I will transcend every loss. So yeah. In terms of why you're on this timeline, you are here to resolve any anger that you may be going through. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. You are also on this timeline to embody your soul. Oh, this is my Draconis pile, or my Draco pile. Hi, if you watched the last video, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I talked about like your past life dividends and where you're at, and So what the Draconian Draco people do, a lot of people are like scared of them, but like I love I love you guys because you guys are my guides. You guys embody the soul. When you look at the Draconian chart in astrology, the Draconian chart basically deals with soul work and being able to incorporate your soul mission alongside your more rational egoic self. I have a right to be excited. Yeah, so why you're on this timeline is to really, you guys are my super spiritual pile. You guys are like my hermits. You guys are my spiritual teachers and guidance. So you guys are embodying your soul path and your soul journey, and you guys are already in a space where you're doing a lot of spiritual work. Yeah, you're in a space where you're illuminating the truth. What's that? Yeah. I am willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. So sometimes when we're on this path, it might be really frustrating and it might be really hard because we will want something, and because we're so spiritual, we might spiritually bypass things and we'll take our ego as spirit when it's not. And that can result in a lot of anger, and it can result in a lot of lies as well. It's basically like the lies we tell ourselves, because my neck just got really itchy there. So yeah, that's why being able to do body work and trusting what your body needs and how it's reacting to the things around you is really important for you to trust yourself, because you're working in a space where it's already really spiritual and it's already in a space of metaphysical ungrounding. Being able to get into your vessel, get into your body is going to be enormously important for you to trust yourself and to trust that you're protected and you're being led on the right direction, or the direction that you want to go in. And it's not to say anything's right or wrong, it's just, you know, when like someone tells you something for your own good because they've experienced it and they don't want you to go through more hardships than necessary. That's kind of like the feeling, you know, because being able to trust yourself is the most important thing than trusting, let's say, a psychic or a tarot reader. Lol, because I am a tarot reader. But like there are people in the spiritual community right now who are spreading lies, who are using spiritual gifts as a way to just monetize and to create wealth that is built upon lies. And there are people out there who like to take advantage of those who have spiritual practices. Scammers especially. There's a whole huge thing about scamming in the tarot community because there are people who like take advantage of the loving kindness, of the vulnerability and the trustworthiness that a lot of spiritual people have cultivated. And it's really frustrating. That's why resolving anger is here, is because you guys are probably really frustrated and fed up with those people who tell lies. You were probably really frustrated with those who like to spread things that aren't true about the tarot community or the spiritual community. I was scrolling the other day and I saw a video where it was like this TikToker is basically got someone in jail or something like that. And I didn't really look into it too much because I didn't really feel like it. But basically the sense of people taking advantage of those who are more into their spiritual practices. Sometimes when we're in spiritual practices, we can be really disconnected from reality because we're going so deep within ourselves that sometimes it's hard to distinguish what's true and what's not. And there's a really big belief and faith in the unknown. And it's hard because we are in the age of discernment, because there's so much information surrounding us. The biggest message for you guys right now is to trust your body and trust yourself in your life, and to not take other people's opinions or other people who claim to be psychic or other people's messages as your own. And this is kind of weird because like I'm literally in a space where I'm telling you as a tarot reader. So like, you know, like this is a really like meta message, I want to say. But I think it's really necessary because as much as I am a tarot reader, I'm also just I'm just some person who did not expect my life to go this way, and I'm only delivering messages that I feel will help the collectives out there. I will never deliver messages like that are sinister or that are from places of beings that don't connect people to their highest good or to who they are as a person, because in essence my channel is for people to connect back to themselves in a grounded way, is to move forward, to take all the junk that I feel like is spreading throughout the spiritual community and to cleanse that so that people have empowerment within themselves to discern their choices and to make especially responsible choices. Existentialism is a theory that really dives into the responsibility everyone has. And if you look at more of Camus' stuff, Albert Camus' stuff on absurdism, it deals with being able to take responsibility over your life and to have the responsibility of others and the environment around you. Yeah, sorry. My battery cut off, so it's being able to do work that is body work, that is getting to know your vessel, getting to know what your body is like and how it reacts is going to be very important to your timeline. That's why you're here. You're here to be able to discern what's true and what's not true. And especially when it comes to the spiritual realm, it's it's a lot. It's gonna take work. It's just like laborious work, you know? You're not physically like putting bricks up one by one or anything, but you are dealing with intrusive thoughts. You are dealing with other people's feelings and energies around you, you know? You are dealing with information and misinformation and disinformation that's surrounding our social spheres, and spheres online especially. Yeah, excuse me. So I'm here to just remind you that the frustrating parts of spirituality is necessary for you to go through to be able to understand why they're coming up and why it's here, and being able to put a higher perspective on it, basically. Yeah, usually anger comes when you know someone's done you wrong. It could also come up as a repressed version of depression, and vice versa. Depression also comes from unresolved anger. So we live in a really interesting time frame because spirituality is connecting to the unseen realms, yeah, but it's also grounding because it's being able to recognize that we live in a society that no longer works. We live in spaces and are habitually going through motions that no longer work for us. For example, women identified bodies deserve to have autonomy over their own bodies. For example, the environment needs protection. We cannot keep going through an industrial space where corporate greed is what's prioritized. That's not what life's about. Life is about being able to protect who we are, our loved ones, and the environment around us, so that generations to come can enjoy the space too, can enjoy the beauty that nature provides us. Spirituality at its core has always been about the natural world. It is something that's grounded. It's something that we can physically see. So it's not just about diving into astral realms and transcendental states. It's not just about being within us. It's also looking at those around us who need to be taken care of, and when we can't help, and when we can help take care of like the environment, and not in a heroic way, but in a way that's serving and humbling, in a way that recognizes that we are in really great conditions ourselves. We have our cups full, so we can pour into another person's. We can pour into the environment. We can use our time that we have, the limited time we have on earth, to really help others understand and help others get what they need in order to survive and thrive, and to live lives that are peaceful, that are content, that are in existential joy. Yeah, damn. Okay. You know, I shouldn't have said damn that much, but whatever. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to potential outcomes of this timeline. Whew. You guys are my more serious pile. not serious like the constellation, but serious about life and stuff. Yeah. You know, and the thing about the draconians, the thing about dragons is that there's been a really long time where it's just been dormant. The idea of it has been dormant. And the idea of protection has been looked upon fearfully, but right now we are in a space where being protective is necessary, and being protective isn't something to be feared, especially when it comes to environmental protection. Oh, okay. So we're gonna take one card for your potential outcome, and then I'm being drawn to a different deck for you guys after this. Can I get one card? It's 2 cards, so we're gonna do it again. Divine Source, please connect me to pile 4 in terms of the potential outcomes of their timeline. Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is the ability to discern. Going on this timeline and being in realms that are in higher spaces and in more transcendental moments, you'll be able to discern what's true and what's not. And you'll be able to really like intellectualize it. You'll be able to verbally communicate it to others, this discernment. You'll really be able to help others through that way. Yeah. This queen is all sharp mind and self-awareness. The Queen of Swords is the epitome of leonine regality. She is smart, dignified, and disciplined without coming across as demanding. She holds her place on her throne with great dignity and wears her crown with grace. Symbolism surrounds her. The birds on the wallpaper are not prey. They represent the height of her knowledge and inquisitiveness. Yeah, just like I was saying, being able to discern and being able to really know what is right for you and what the truth is for you is what is a potential outcome for this timeline of yours. And I'm getting the message that being able to speak to others in an unconditional space of love and transforming your anger into productivity is going to really help you this timeline. Yeah, you guys also understand the necessary needs to protect the environment. And that's something that you guys might be really angry about, the way we're treating Mother Earth. And Gaia herself, you know, like the way we treat the earth generally and how we're moving about in society is something that might anger you a lot. Yeah, one sec. Okay. You guys are my special pile. And you guys get the Earth Warriors guidebook. Yeah, you guys get the Earth Warriors guidebook because that's what you are. You guys are Earth Warriors. You guys protect the planet. You guys know what's up. You guys know that spirituality although in its transcendental nature is wonderful, it's also about being on this planet, being able to help your loved ones understand that we're in such a transformative state, and misinformation is not helping. Disinformation is not helping. What's needed is being able to protect the planet from corporate greed, from habits that are damaging, that are not conducive to the cycles of Earth. Being able to leave an Earth with a peace of mind, knowing that generations to come can thrive and use this Earth. All right. So for pile 4, can I get Earth Warrior messages? All right. Pile 4, Earth Warrior messages. And Takana, Child of Light. That is so beautiful. You guys probably work with the natural cycles of the moon. You guys are really evolving the planet, and you guys are my shamans. And if not, like, you guys have such a open third eye. All right. I got one more card for pile 4 for my apophyllite pile. And I get messages from my apophyllite pile. Pono Pono, the heart way. Immeasurable power of the heart. So yeah, you guys are really here to lead with your heart, lead with what you know is right. The heart is really signifying of how we can move about in life, because we can move about in life from a headspace and from just our brain or our gut, but we can also move from our heart, and our heart is actually a place where it receives information faster than any other parts of our bodies. So doing that work and having chest openers and doing breath work is going to really be transformative, and really it's going to be really helpful for you on this timeline. So we're gonna, and I got 111 on the book. So you guys are really creating new spaces and transforming and creating new beginnings and protecting the environment. Yeah. All right, we're gonna Child of Light. There is a divine light that does not cast a shadow, nor does it cast judgment, even though it reveals truth. A truth that is sometimes hard to acknowledge and requires that we change our ways. True divine light is healing. It is unifying. It brings hope and illuminates the way. Other sorts of light exist on this planet that are not so pure, nor so helpful. Those sorts of light may appear stunningly bright, yet in effect create separation and increase ego. You recognize genuine divine presence not by how dazzling it may appear at first, but by what your devotion to the divine light invokes in your heart and your world. If that doesn't sum up all of what Source Divine through me has been saying, then I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, trusting your feelings and having discernment is really something that is important. Moving away from influences that create fear, negativity, or doubt is really important to you on this timeline. Reach out for that which uplifts your heart. Spiritual protection is being offered. Refuse to be dazzled by ego masquerading as something spiritual, like the spiritual bypassing that we've been talking about. Through your prayers and efforts, spiritual light has been accumulating on the inner planes, even though you may not sense that consciously as yet. There will be an intersection of events and circumstances in your physical world through which that light shall pour forth and manifest itself as grace. Continue with your spiritual devotion. There's something truly good that can come out of it. Yeah. In the Incan tradition, Inti is the physical sun and the spiritual presence inherent in the sun's life-giving energy. Intikana is the being who is one with Inti, a child of the sun. In the esoteric mystery schools, solar child and solar angel are terms for the soul, the deeper aspects of us that is connected to the spiritual light. This oracle brings you understanding that there is a new depth of soul connection opening up for you. We enter such a sacred process through a challenge known in spiritual traditions as initiation. When we are faced with a deep unknowing, which is what happens when we are growing spiritually and moving through a spiritual initiation, we have outgrown what our minds are capable of providing. We need more knowledge, more wisdom, more light, so that we can find our way through the darkness of initiation and into the blessings of new life, waiting on the other side of the process. When we turn our attention to the soul, instead of applying logic and intellect to figure out yet another doomed plan to conquer the irrepressible evolution inherent in the spiritual path, we finally gain comfort. Hope is a quality of the soul. It allows us to bear the uncertainty when, according to a greater wisdom, there is something that we cannot know we answer to, at least for now. Hope gives us patience so that we can learn how to feel our soul connection more deeply and grow into the wisdom of the answers we need. We stop fumbling around in the library of the intellect and instead seek out the answers from the source that can provide it, which is the illuminated temple of our own soul. Initiation often involves an element of the unexpected. We typically feel unprepared for it, even though at a soul level, we have been working towards it for a long time. If it's happening, however, then we actually are ready for it. Such spiritual testing is intimidating to the ego, but the soul knows how to move through the process. Trust your inner self and trust the light and the unconditionally supportive assistance that the universe will lend to your purpose. Then you can be fearless, impervious to manipulation, and remain steady and faithful in the face of challenge. This oracle foretells a positive conclusion of any initiation of soul. You have the power to call this in because you are acknowledged as a child of the light. Rest in the divine light within. From that place of inner peace, luminous love, and safe refuge, you can proceed with boldness, patience, wisdom, and hope. The oracle asks you to cultivate a sense of self-worth and acknowledge the goodness within you without needing to be perfect. You don't just have light within you. You are the light. Remember, shine. We need you. This is a healing process, if you want to go through it, it's up to you. When you are ready, say the following invocation aloud. I affirm the light within me. I call for the true light of the divine to shine, bright and clear, showing the way on earth. I am the light, and the light is within me. I trust my soul and the spiritual light within that guides me always. May the light in all my hearts be stirred into awakening with unconditional love, grace, and mercy. So be it. Yeah, you can do this by movements like dancing, holding your hands in prayer, opening your arms to the sky, or simply meditating on the light that you long for. You may sing or journal or create some art after this. Do anything that affirms the truth of your light within you for this moment, and you have completed your healing process. Okay. Alright, Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. The heart has the power to heal in a way that the mind cannot understand. Do not allow your mind to distract or frighten you. You are a beautiful child of the universe, and divine love lies within your heart. A willing heart is all that you need to transform any situation that is troubling you. Recognize this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but rather of peace and joy. Lightness of heart and relief of mind are here for you now. The divine within your heart has the power to transform a situation that is troubling you. Do not be intimidated or think it is too much for you or the divine to handle. Do not allow yourself to intellectualize or analyze the situation to the point of feeling confused or paralyzed. Healing through the heart on any and all issues that have plagued you or a loved one can and will happen. Let your heart feel the faith it needs to feel so that it can rest in joy. Divine healing wants to flow abundantly for you. Open up to receive it without hesitation or condition. So the spiritual guidance. Pono in the Hawaiian tradition has deep and multiple meanings, one expression of which is a return to order. There is a perfection of peace, beauty, and fulfillment that the divine has planned for the lives of all beings. Through the use of human free will, we have at times moved away from what is in the divine plan, stumbled on the path, and become ensnared in troubling, terrible sufferings and frightening delusions. This can become contagious, affecting other souls with the poison of hate, anger, and fear. Like anger that we were talking about. It's funny. And further separating our human collective from the beautiful grace that the divine has intended for us. It then becomes difficult to use our free will with wisdom, and our spiritual disconnection can create far-reaching negative impact for others and the planet. Like I was saying earlier with the spiritual bypassing, these messages are just confirmations. One only needs see this plain in the world to understand this, that there is a simple spiritual discipline that we can practice to restore the world and all hearts within it to rights again. The divine dwells in your heart as a healing power. In the Hawaiian tradition from which it emerges, it is known as ho'oponopono, or to set things right. The heart power thrives through this simple 4-step practice that can be done by anyone, anywhere, for any person or situation that they wish to transform. This may seem unexpectedly easy, and it is. So why isn't everyone doing the healing in the world right now? This is because only those who have come far enough on their spiritual path to have placed their heart wisdom above the dictates of the mind will be able to accept this practice. The practice itself is not something that you can approach through the mind. The mind will resist it because it asks for us to take unconditional responsibility for everything that we encounter, whether that be in our own lives or out in the world, even if those situations seem to have nothing whatsoever to do with us. The moment something comes into our awareness, we are responsible for it. And the mind can rebel at this and say that is unfair or unduly burdensome or shaming to think in that way. That is because the mind confuses responsibility with guilt and giving with deficit. Wow, remember we were talking about responsibility? The heart, though, is joyful at the prospect of spiritual responsibility because it understands that it offers this empowerment to make a difference, and the healing one helps heals all. This oracle foretells of great healing for you as you open your heart to Pono. The healing process. Choose a person or situation to which you can offer healing. Gaze at the image of the card. Recognize the heart power depicted. I'm just gonna move that closer to you. Place a hand on your heart as you tap into the beauty of your heart, including the feelings of compassion, goodwill, and wanting all beings to know that they are loved and do not deserve to suffer. When you feel that heart connection, you are ready to complete the 4 simple steps without them having to make sense to your mind. Feel the truth of what is happening in your heart as you complete the process. Step 1. I'm sorry. Say aloud, I am responsible for this situation. I feel so sorry for this. Let your heart be in compassion as you might feel the emotion that is evoked by what you are saying. Step 2. Please forgive me. Ask for forgiveness. You don't need to think whom you are asking of it. Just say, please forgive me. As you speak these words, feel the remorse you connected with in step 1. As you ask to be forgiven, those of you sensitive to energy may feel a sense of release and energy taking place. Step 3, thank you. Say thank you. Again, it doesn't matter if you have a sense of whom or what you are thanking. Before you even say the words, you may already feel the gratitude that begins to pour through you. This will increase as you say the words. Step 4, I love you. Again, this will evoke a response in the soul, this time an outpouring of love. You may feel the consciously, but even if you don't, trust that it is happening. Just go with the process and say, I love you. Let yourself feel love as you say the words. Place your hands in prayer and relax for a moment. You have completed your healing process. Whew. Those were really healing and practical ways you can really get in touch and heal yourselves. Thank you, Source Divine, for channeling and letting me read that for this collective. How long before the next timeline shift? I got the fact that you guys are already on your highest timeline, so there's not really any shifts that are necessary for you to take. You guys are already on a timeline that's your heart timeline, and you guys are already a child of light, knowing what to protect and what's necessary. So with that, I'm gonna leave this really long reading here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this really resonated, and I hope the messages really help heal whatever you may be going through. And again, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you if you joined me in the healing processes that these cards have given. Thank you for sharing your energy, and thank you, Source Divine, for coming down into my vessel and being such a wonderful healing process of development. Yeah, again, thank you so much for listening. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If it resonated, please comment down below. And if you want to see more videos, please subscribe. Yeah. I'm giving you such a big hug right now, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, or evening. Please take care of yourself. Much love. Much joy.